An outlier is a number in a data set that is a lot higher or lower than the other numbers in the data set. The formula to find outliers for the lower set of data is any number, which we're going to call x, less than, and the formula is Q1, or that lower quartile, minus 1.5 times the IQR. The higher outliers is any number greater than Q3 plus 1.5 times that IQR. That is how you find the outliers. If I go back to my previous examples in my Q1, Q3 IQR video, we can go ahead and see if we have any outliers. So I'm going to use the lower formula, which is x is less than Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. And I also have the lower end, which is x, or any number greater than Q3 plus 1.5 times that IQR. So I have x is less than Q1 we said is 69 minus 1.5, and the IQR is 18. 1.5 times 18, so we have x is less than 69 minus 27, which is x is less than 42. So any number less than 42 is going to be part of an outlier for that set. Since there are not any numbers less than 42 in this data set, we do not have any lower outliers. Then we need to check the top outliers. So we have x is greater than Q3, which was 87, plus 1.5 times the IQR, which is 18. So 87 plus 18, which is 105. So any number greater than 105. In this case, we don't have either, so we don't have any outliers at all. If I look at the second example, I'm going to go ahead and look at outliers again. So I have x is less than Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR. So I have 22.5, any number less than 22.5 minus 1.5, and our IQR was 35. So I have 1.5 times 35, which is 52.5, so x is less than 22.5 minus 52.5. So x is less than negative 30. So we don't have any on the lower end. Let's check the top end. X is greater than Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. So we have x is greater than Q3 is 57.5 plus 1.5 times that IQR, which is 35, which is 52.5. Which is 110, and once again we do not have any outliers. Okay, if we did have outliers, we would just write down the outliers. Alright, I want to do one more example with some outliers, so let's make up some numbers. I'm going to do 1, 3, 9, 10, 14, another 14, and then I'm going to do 85. So if I look at this, I have 5 numbers, so my median, not 5 numbers, 7 numbers, my median is going to be the 4th number, so 10 is my median. If I get rid of this 10, because there's an odd number of data, I can go ahead and just find my Q1 and Q3 without including it. If I look at Q1, my first number is 3, and Q3 is going to be 14. At this point, I can go ahead and look for outliers. I have my IQR, which is going to be 14 minus 3, which is going to be 11. And then those outliers, I have x less than Q1 minus 1.5 times that IQR. So x is less than 3 minus 1.5 times 11. And then I have x is greater than Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR, or x is greater than 14 plus 1.5 times 11. So I have x is less than 3 minus 16.5, which is x is less than negative 13.5. So there are no outliers on the low end. If I look at the high end, I'm going to have x is greater than 14 plus 16.5, which is 30.5. So x, any number that is greater than 30.5. In this case, yes, we do have an outlier, and that outlier is 85.